the ones that I thought were hard, I wrote them down, and I like to think about these questions. Like there was a lot of hard ones to me, like, but especially the one 6 words to describe your life. That's one to think about. But they were pretty much all hard. I thought I had an easy one. Okay, thank you, Partha, for giving me an easy one. Okay, now I'd like to turn it over to our general evaluator, Dan.
Okay, that is me. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. So I'm Dan, the general evaluator. I'll be leading the second portion of the meeting this evening. So I'll be calling on the various rules to give a summary report, as well as the evaluator, and give my overall impression of the meeting. Now, with that, I'd like to go ahead and call upon Nagham to review Sharon's speech.
Thank you, Dan. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, and especially Sharon, your speech today was somewhat of a difficult one because you had to restart and give an icebreaker after, was it 20 years? Very, very interesting, very long time. And I think you did a great job reintroducing yourself in a different way. I thought today in your speech, your icebreaker kind of introduced your thought process, what's important to you in life, the different ways of communication that you use and how you developed your ways of communication. And so it introduced us to you as a person and how you developed in life. And I really loved your spin on that, the icebreaker today. I think you did an excellent job with that. You started off with a picture. You used picture this, which got us as the audience to kind of envision and imagine what you are seeing, to let us see kind of the things that the situation you're in. Your terms that you use to also paint another picture. I am the engine, the propeller, great imagery, great use of imagery, great use of gestures, even though you're very limited in that camera, but you did a great job with this limited square space, showing us those bodily gestures and body language. One little thing, really, if I were to look into your speech was amazing overall. You're very comfortable with your audience. You did seem to look at your notes a lot. You've looked at multiple times, I saw. And then one thing that I think you should challenge yourself with for next time, I did like how you started. However, I felt that you could have started out with a hook, maybe with a question for the audience, maybe asking us to imagine ourselves there and what would we do in that situation. Now, you know, if you're the person that has to give all these directions to the pilot, I hope I'm using the right terms. What would you do? Now imagine me. I'm doing all these things. And then something else too would be some sort of reflective comment at the end to leave us thinking before you close your speech. But overall, I think you did a great job with your speech, and I learned a lot about you today. So thank you.
All right. Thank you, Nagham, for that very well done assessment of the speech. You had a lot of good points in there and a couple little areas for room to grow on, so to speak. All right. Thank you. All right. Next, we have Ross here to give us the timing report. Ross, can you jump in and give us the rundown?
Sure. Most of us did really well. Sharon in her speech was right in the middle, 5 minutes, 10 seconds. For table topics, Dan, you're at minute 57, Nagham minute 46. I was at minute 56, Edgar minute 54, Carol minute 40, Steve 214, Noor 134, Sharon, just like here, I was trying to keep it within the limits. So 230, you were pushing the limit on that one. And then Shehu 219, And for the evaluation, Nagham was 229.
Okay, so thank you, Ross, for that report. So we're a little long-winded today, but it's not the worst thing in the world. We're all within those time frames specified. So thank you for that. Next, we'll do the counting summary today. So Noor, could you jump in for that?
Yes. So beginning with Sharon. So for both, for both table topics and speech, I didn't count any ums or ahs. I just had a word of the day. And then for Dan, I have one, and then two stutters. I'm not sure how to count those, but like two stutters. And then for Nagham, I didn't count anything, just the word of the day. For Ross, I had one one and one and. For Edgar, I have two ahs, two ums, three so's, and four ands. And for Carol, I had three ums and one pause. For Steve, I had two false starts, one and one pause. And for Shehu, I had two ums. And I'm not sure who was counting for me.
All right. Thank you, Noor. You had no ums, ahs, or those. You are perfectly clean this evening. Great job. Thank you. Okay. Did we have a grammarian as well? I forget. I think we were looking to
we did not have one today.
Okay. That's fair. Now we are getting kind of close to the end here. The end is imminent, if you will. So I'll just give my quick assessment of the evening here. So very well done, Steve, for being the Toastmaster as well. Great use, or I liked how you brought up, instead of an exact word of the day, you used a distinction between two words. And I think very often we find ourselves using words interchangeably when perhaps we shouldn't, using, for example, insure and ensure. I know those are interchangeable. That's just one that comes off the top of my head. So it's good to be reminded of those types of things as well. Sharon, great job with your speech. Yes, Nagham pointed out, yeah, it's tough to go back to your first one. I think I did an icebreaker twice because I went through what's that program? Speech Crafters. So I had to do that first speech a couple times. So well done. As mentioned, positive message that you sent to us as well. Partha, yeah, also great job. Yeah, jumping in for table topics, being the table topics master right at the last minute there. Very thought-provoking questions, and everyone did a fine job answering them. So, and yeah, Nagham, as mentioned, I liked your evaluation of Sharon's speech. You had some good points on, I like the imagery and the gestures as well. And also I liked how you indicated that it would be good to challenge Sharon on her next speech with starting out with a hook and maybe something at the end to kind of give more of a call to action. So with that, well done. And I'll turn it back over to Steve. Thank you.
Okay, great job. Thank you, Dan. Okay, do we have any success stories to report?
I actually do. I finished my last core class on, I think, last Monday, and I only have the research to go. So wish me luck.
What are you working on, Nagham?
My doctorate.
Wow.
In curriculum instruction. So I finished all the classes. All I have to do is actually write the research and then do the oral defense once that's approved.
Wow. That will make you very eminent. And does anyone else have any success stories to tell? Okay. In that case, our VP Ed is not here, so I will, since I'm the incoming VP Ed, I will let me stop the recording.